what's the most valuable thing in Manhattan? Well, it's land, of course. And we're going to talk today about how the city has reclaimed between 1,400 and 2,200 acres in the past 4 centuries. We're here at Francis Tavern, one of the city's oldest buildings and host to George Washington. It's on Pearl Street, the city's original waterfront, named for the oyster shells the native Lenape Indians left on the shore and filled in with landfill to create a stream. Most of the land created was landfill, literally garbage. For example, in 1982, when they were digging for the foundation at 175 Water Street, they found a sunken ship that had been filled with garbage and covered with dirt, when that spot went from being water to Water Street in the 1700s. In the 1970s, landfill was used in the creation of 92 acres that comprised Battery Park City. The initial 24 acres utilized 1.2 million cubic yards of material from excavations of construction of the original World Trade Center. In the 21st century, largely in response to Hurricane Sandy and a lesser degree Hurricane Ida, additional land reclamation projects along the shoreline have been proposed as part of climate change adaptation to mitigate the effects to Manhattan Island by improved resilience. I have friends who live on Grand Street, and the park is being built over the reclamation project that's raising the height of the land by about 9 feet, which makes a lot of sense. Battery Park City is an interesting neighborhood. It reminds me a lot of Chicago in certain neighborhoods, simply because it doesn't have the history of the rest of the city, and consequently a lot of people feel safer there than they do in the rest of the city. It has nothing to do with crime or whatsoever. It has to do with the visual impacts of what they're used to versus what they get in New York. I always find that fascinating. So sometimes when I have clients who are visiting New York and I feel like they're not really comfortable with the city, I'll take them to Battery Park City, and I've done several sales that way. We just listed a great property in East Chatham, New York. It's 17 acres, some of the best views of the Catskill Mountains you'll ever see. It's a stunning modern house for $1,595,000. It was listed with another broker. We slashed it by $400,000, and we think you'll like it. The market's still decent in New York. It's definitely not as strong as it used to be, but there's a lot of options both in the city and upstate. And if I can help you with anything, just give me a call.